Pop quiz. You have an overall net worth of millions of dollars. How do you spend it? For Robert Downey Jr., also known as Iron Man, the answer lies in lavish properties, exotic cars, investments, and more. Along with an epic net worth, Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man has solid acting chops, insanely good looks, and an outright dreamy lifestyle. That might lead you to wonder, what doesn't this amazing actor have? We'll have to think on that one. Okay, we thought about it, and the answer's nothing, because he has it all. In fact, he recently just broke a new record as the highest paid actor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with an impressive net worth of, how much is it? You want to know, right? A net worth of $300 million. Woo, that's amazing. I need to meet this guy. I'm his fan anyway. Let's take a closer look at how RDJ makes and spends his millions. Before that, if you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so you won't miss a single video. I trust you'll do that, right? All right, let's get to it. RDJ, money doesn't come easy anyways. RDJ works hard for his money, and to be honest, his life is rougher than his appearance. He had messed up a few times and ended up behind bars for 3 years for repeatedly violating probation. But if you're determined, nothing can shake you. RDJ took his stand and came back to overtake the throne in the movie industry. When he was given the role of Tony Stark in his first Iron Man film, it was said he only had $500,000 to his name. But history speaks for him. He starred in tons of TV and film, like Ally McBeal, Game 6, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, and Tropic Thunder. So the studio execs considered him a risky hire. Well, it turns out it was well worth it. It was these iconic roles and these massive contracts with Marvel that skyrocketed his net worth and catapulted him to stardom. He made $75 million for Avengers Endgame alone. That's impressive, right? Look at him. Yeah, you see him? He's a triumphant. So if you have that kind of money, what would you do with it? You're not going to leave it sitting in the bank, right? For Robert Downey Jr., well, he enjoys an extravagant lifestyle. You would do so too, wouldn't you? Well, RDJ owns a unique asset from his time in the Iron Man films. Are you wondering what I'm talking about? Well, listen, I'm talking about the A emblem from the Avengers film. You remember, the only letter that survived the attack on Stark Tower in the battle for the New York scene? Yeah, exactly. And he bought it for $4,000. The letter A is 30 feet tall, so you're wondering, where does he keep it? Well, let me tell you, you can't predict how the house of a man with that kind of net worth looks. So what am I trying to say? His house is big. He doesn't have just one anyways, but his house is very big, and it can accommodate that 30-foot letter A. Not only that, it's big enough to store lots of cars. And since we've mentioned his house, why don't we take a look at that stunning mansion, a 7-acre-plus compound in Malibu that he bought back in 2009 for $13.4 million. $13.4 million? Wait, how much is a Rolls Royce? $13 million can buy a Rolls Royce, right? Wow. A mansion of $13.4 million, you can't expect less. It has 3,538 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 4 baths. And you think that's all? Well, let's check the outside of the mansion. There you're going to see the beautiful view of the Malibu Lagoon, and in the backyard, a pool, a fire pit, and a hot tub. If you have a net worth of millions, tell me, would you just have one house? Of course not, and that's what our favorite actor did as well. He also purchased another LA home, paying $2.5 million for a 1,950 square foot 4-bedroom ranch-style house that sits behind a picket fence and a high hedge. You think I'm done, right? Nope, it's just a warm-up. He also purchased a contemporary home in Rustic Canyon for $3.6 million in 2012. He also has a $10.5 million windmill home up in the Hamptons. Man, that's great. Now, let me tell you, you're worth millions of dollars, you need to be seen in a fancy car, right? So what's your first ride? And I'm looking for your answers in the comment section. Now, for Iron Man, he's got a variety of exotic cars. And it's no surprise, just as much technology in the world changes, well, so does his cars. This is the popular car in the Iron Man movie, the Audi R8. Well, he owns one in real life too. It cost him $169,900 to buy it. Like a lot of celebrities, Robert Downey Jr. has quite the car collection, and an R8 isn't the most exotic in the fleet. It should be a no-brainer he's got a special partnership with Audi, considering the brand has collaborated on so many Marvel movies. But Iron Man's car collection goes way farther than those 4 rings. Okay, now this one's more of a surprise, especially considering the Fisker Karma is a rare sight in anyone's garage, much less on a public street. The Fisker Karma is one of the world's first production luxury plug-in hybrid electric vehicles. The average price of the car is $110,000. I wonder if he drives it as much as the other cars. Every fancy car collection has to have at least one Ferrari in it, right? However, Downey didn't go with any Ferrari, he went with a California T. And he also owns the Acura NSX concept car, which was built for Iron Man 3, and it cost him a whopping $157,500. In addition to that, he's got a 2012 Nissan GTR that ran around $80,000 and apparently spent another $90,000 to get it modified, tuned, and customized. Now that's amazing. Apparently, Robert was gifted a matte green colored Bentley Continental GT as a gift for his performance in Iron Man 3 in 2013. You talk about perks and bonuses. That's a bonus that would put a smile on any face. Honestly, I'm kind of jealous, but since I know not only Tony Stark, but Robert himself is a real car guy, at least we don't need to worry this masterpiece is not in good hands. However, it's safe to say that the actor does have quite the nice selection to choose from. I just have to wonder if he can fit in those cars with that Iron Man suit on. That's funny. I don't care who you are. And speaking of friends, I want to have a friend like RDJ Iron Man. Chris Evans and Downey Jr., they have a strong friendship over the years working together on these Avengers movies. Well, Downey Jr. surprised his co-star Chris Evans with a pretty amazing gift, a $275,000 Avengers-themed 1967 Chevrolet Camaro. Wow, that is a dream car. I'm still waiting for my friends to buy me a car. Aren't you? I mean, this car is a tribute to Evans' iconic superhero, Captain America. Like many millionaires, RDJ has a unique collection. But what does the man behind Tony Stark collect? Perhaps it won't come much of a surprise to you that he has a watch collection. So what's included in this eclectic watch collection for the top Avenger? Let's find out. First off, he has this Jaeger-LeCoultre Amvox 3 Tourbillon GMT, which he said he probably leans on as his best watch. Can you guess how much that timepiece is worth? How about $125,000? Wow, I wish I had one. But you can't go wrong with a Rolex, right? Our favorite actor also owns the black Rolex GMT Master 2 Ghost watch, and that's setting back a whopping $25,000. Apparently, there's a story that says RDJ was given his watch by Marvel as a token of appreciation for his portrayal of Iron Man through a whole decade, when Endgame was wrapped up. Sometime later, he was requested to donate the watch for a charity event. The watchmakers got to know of this and made him a one-off so he could donate the other one and keep the real one for himself. Seriously though, how cool does one become when they have a collection as varying and as extensive as this one? Anyway, RDJ doesn't base his life just on extravagancy and luxury. He invests his money through his own business. It's called Footprints Coalition, and it does exactly what you'd expect an Iron Man business to do. He uses robotics and nanotechnology to clean up the planet. Since Robert wrapped up more than a decade of filming for Marvel, he decided to take the risk and put money towards saving the world from an entirely different villain, climate change. Okay, now we've seen our favorite actor, Iron Man, not afraid to splurge on a watch, and that's the same case for kicks. Robert Downey Jr. has a giant shoe collection. He has Christian Louboutin Louis Strauss sneakers, which cost $2,495. He also bought a pair of Givenchy wedge sneakers, $2,000. It's no doubt RDJ spends money as he pleases, which brings up this question. If you're worth $1 million, what would you spend your money on? And what's your favorite RDJ movie? Iron Man 2, Avengers Endgame, or something else? Let us know down in the comments below. And hey, thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, click that like button and hit subscribe. And if you want to find out more about Downey Jr. or there's something you want me to talk about, let me know by leaving a comment and I'll be more than happy to make that video for you. Don't forget, subscribe, click that bell, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.